gentlemen, this is an international welterweight contest of 6 5-minute rounds. 1 fall, 1 submission, or 1 KO to decide the winner. It's my pleasure to introduce you on my right, your own local boy from Bradford, Dave Barrie. Ladies and gentlemen, once again my privilege to introduce you on my left, the lightweight champion of Wales, the blonde bombshell, Adrian Street. Your referee for this contest, Mr. Alan Colbeck of Wakefield.
Hello again, grapple fans. Good evening, and here at the St. George's Hall, Bradford, another freestyle session, starting with an extremely unusual preliminary bout. A welterweight contest between Adrian Street, Esquire, at 11 stone 10. There he is with a full makeup, and I mean a full makeup here tonight. He really has laid it on. The gold lame tights, the multicolored boots, a usual blonde wig, and of course much more makeup on his face than ever before. And of course his tattoo marks. And the gown he's taking off, which will be very neatly folded on a hanger, and even taking the spots of dust off. And now he's ready for the referee. His opponent in the opposite corner, Dave Barrie of Bradford. Local boy here, and he'll be the one that they're all rooting for here this evening. Ernest Lofthouse, our MC, coming together with the referee. And you'll note the referee's face. You've seen him many times as a wrestler. Of course, it's Alan Colbeck, the welterweight champion of Europe. 6 5-minute rounds, just 1 fall decides this bout. So the first fall is it. And I don't think we'll have too much problem with identification here this evening. Dave Barrie, who can't wait to get on with the wrestling, waiting in his corner for all the antics of his opponents to finish. Well, all this stuff will go on for quite a bit until we see that Dave Barrie, who is a great welterweight wrestler, and of course trained by the one and only Kellett, puts up such a show that Adrian Street has to stop the gimmicks and the playing of the gallery and get on with the wrestling. And then we'll see for the first time what a wrestler Adrian Street is. Already he's showing that inside leg hand to the following up with the interlocked fingers. Always time to do the hair, flex the muscles, while he's got the arm lock in between his legs. Even got the little sequins on his chest here tonight. I've never seen this makeup before. It's been some months since Adrian was on, but he was never made up like this the last time he was on television. Mind you, if this bout went the distance of 6 rounds, I'm not sure his face is going to look good with all that makeup smudged. Not makeup on the cheeks, that of course is sequins stuck to the skin. It's the eye makeup that's really heavy here this evening. And Dave Barrie, his opponent, is going to get covered in before the end of this bout, that's for sure. Remember, this 6 5-minute round welterweight contest is decided by 1 fall, 1 submission or a knockout. And it'll be very interesting to see how Alan Colbeck, the referee, makes out on his very first televised bout. There is Alan Colbeck, the European welterweight champion, just turning referee slowly. He's not through with wrestling, but he is gradually turning into a ref, looking to the future. So your 4 leg lock, Barrie. Barrie still holding that on, having reversed his man. It must be pretty off-putting for Barrie, that. The flying body scissors. And just a plain and ordinary kiss with the blue lipstick. Barrie grinning a bit, but not too happy about this. And he wants his towel from the second to wipe it off. Alan Colbeck a little mad about that, too. Will you please get on with the wrestling, he says to Street. Some neat lock he's got on the neck there. Held it for quite a time. Just a minute left in the first round of 6. Full Nelson Barrie switched to Street. Barrie winning this little contest here on the side of Full Nelson's. Yes, again he's won. Still on with less than half a minute to go in this first round. Barrie playing Street at his own game. And is Street trying to avoid it this time? He almost didn't. Right on the bell. If Adrian Street ever gets back to his corner, we'll get a close-up look at him. I don't think that the bell has gone, and nobody has heard it. Even Alan Colbeck, the referee, wasn't quite sure that it had gone, but it had gone. In fact, we've gone about 10 seconds over. Adrian Street, who doesn't like his own gags or his gimmicks or his antics played back on him at all, as we saw there in that round. Now, let's see what he does in the interval with this bottle he's got. Never seen this. Oh, he's just wiping the mouthpiece, that's all, just for a gargle. Round 2, 5 rounds to go. 1-4 to decide this welterweight contest here at the St. George's Hall, Bradford. Adrian Street. Now built from London. Originally, of course, from Breckenshire in Wales. Now resides in Streatham against Dave Barrie, the local boy from Bradford. Trying to quicken things up a bit. The base of the spine drop onto the knee by Barrie. Street not happy about the little. The double interlock, switch to a full Japanese triangle hold by Barrie. Barrie dictating quite a bit of this at the moment. Weight-wise, nothing more. Barrie 1 pound heavier, if anything, 11 stone 11. Right on the upper limit of the welterweights. Well, that's a neat way out of a leg spread. Neat trick if you can do it. Grab it. Yes, the dive there by Street to get the grapevine on. He missed it, but he still got the leg grab. semi-jet stranglehold, setting him up for the posting there, the head first posting. I don't know what you think at home, but when you get a close-up of Street, even from ringside here, I keep thinking he's got glasses on. Dark glasses. As so often happens when Street's in the ring, he spends the first couple of rounds playing to the gallery, and then he suddenly starts, and it looks as though he started in a second. Here the night. Warning for that, so his man was down when he delivered it with the sole of the foot.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian Street receives his first public warning.
Well, that'll slow him down a little maybe on the rule bending, but not too much. He's got another one to go, which is his final round. Shoulder wrench that worried his wrist more than the shoulder, and Barrie coming back a little bit, retaliating and getting warned by referee Colbeck. Not too old to do that retaliation. And a punch right to the stomach, but of course Barrie was holding Street's hair, so Colbeck I think is going to call that one even. Leading to a body scissors by Barrie. And just a couple of seconds only to go in this second round. When they finally get disentangled, let's take a look at Dave Barrie. Dave Barrie of Bradford. 11 stone 11 of him, only a year's amateur experience before turning pro in 1966, and of course his amateur training took place at the Hilltop Club in Bradford, the local very famous wrestling club. Round 3, and of course no score because one fall decides this welterweight contest. Adrian Street versus Dave Barrie. That's Street, of course, in the get-up. For the uninitiated, just look for the blonde hair and the gold trunks and the gold lame tights, and that is Adrian Street. And there, of course, is the famous Street Bridge, which he nearly always carries on a little too far. One fall decides, one public warning against Street already. And the referee, Alan Colbeck of Wakefield. First time, I think, that a reigning champion, who's the welterweight champion of Europe, has ever turned referee or even started to turn referee, even part-time. Starting to produce his weakness now. Colbeck allowing a certain amount, but not too much. like that too much. And they're letting Street know it. Both arms caught between the top two ropes twisted. And it's a public warning again for Street in the third.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Street receives his second public warning.
And that second public warning, of course, is his final public warning. And Barrie looking a little angry now. He's had enough. That's what he's been taking. Why shouldn't he dish it out a bit? But he's not going to be allowed to. And that was a public warning delivered by Kovac, having been knocked over to Barrie, Street's opponent. So 3 public warnings already dished out in this bout, and it's not 3 rounds old yet. 2 to Street, 1 to Barrie. And the first submission fall or knockout decides this winner. Back elbow now perfectly legal. 2 years ago that would have been illegal and would have got a public warning, but the back elbow now is okay. Single leg Boston Barrie now, a great chance for Barrie. And that's what the crowd here would love to see, the local boy doing this off against the Adrian Street Esquire, as he insists on being known. He would love to have a chance in front of his own crowd to defeat this man from Wales. That's the greatest chance he's had with that single leg Boston. 1 minute to go in the third. Before his man got up too. But Kovac, the referee, allowing it because he's taken so much. A straight arm lift position now to Barrie. Half a minute. Just 5 seconds to go. Judging by that grin, Barrie quite happy, Street not quite so happy. Adrian Street is the first big-name wrestler in tonight's show, and of course following this one, the one that I think people are waiting for even more than this perhaps is the appearance after some time of the one and only Les Kellett. Adrian Street makeup running a bit now. And Adrian Street, who started as a semi-pro wrestler at the age of 17, has got 3 rounds to face with Barrie, his opponent, doing pretty well. 2 public warnings against Street and the blonde boy from Wales, of course, in the gold outfit. And there's another second chance to Barrie. He had 1 chance in the last round with a single leg Boston, and that's his second with a shoulder press. So couldn't make it stick. Really going with his feet now. He's been taking a lot of feet treatment. Barrie can follow this move up with a very quick submission or something. He's got a chance. Oh, no. That was tough. Barrie was trying to go over the back of Street, making a landing right behind him, but he landed very badly on that left arm, and Street knows it, going straight for it, and he's liable to get a submission from this. And now he certainly is liable to get a submission. And he has. Reverse arm lever, and Street seeing his chance after an unfortunate accident for Barrie. Street wins by the one submission required in the 4th round. Ernest Lofthouse, our MC to announce it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 1 minute 40 seconds of round 4, a submission with a straight arm lever leg hang, and the winning submission to Adrian Street. Now the winner, Adrian Street, a hand for the loser, Dave Barrie.
Thank you, Ernie Lofthouse. And with that win from Street, don't forget to be back with us in a couple of minutes' time for the main bout with Les Kellett.
Once again, just leave the ring, ladies and gentlemen. The winner, Adrian Street. They're open in the circle.
If you want it, you just put your hand out towards me and you've got it, right? And when we do the interview, Ken, well, I'll ask you to put your bag out. Not yet. When they're about ready. Give it to me.
Don't stand.
We're ready, Jeff.
Don't stand by. It's expensive.
About 10 seconds. 5. Stand by, Ken.
Well, many times over the years, we've had the opportunity of interviewing some of the wrestlers. But tonight, we thought we'd interview a wrestler, a very well-known wrestler indeed, who's just in the point of turning referee. Alan Kolbeck, the European welterweight champion. Alan, nice to have you with us. Alan, you've held that title for quite a bit of time, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You've also had quite a few other titles before we get on to the refereeing.
I've had this one and 3 more besides.
3, well, it's not a bad record, is it? Now you've become a referee only part-time because you're still keeping up with your wrestling.
Oh, yes, yes.
You still hope to defend that European title of yours and your other titles?
Well, I've only got one now.
You've only got one now.
European welterweight championship.
The European welterweight title is the only one that you hold at the moment. You've had 3 more. Now, how often do you think that you've defended that title?
Oh.
So many times you can't remember.
Yeah, I should think so, yeah.
Have you ever lost it?
Yes, I lost it once to Jackie Dempsey.
Jackie Dempsey of Wigan, yeah.
I won it back about 5 months later. And it's been with me ever since.
Did you have to make Jackie Dempsey agree to give you that chance of the return?
I chased him for quite a while, yes.
Yes, I'll mention it. Okay, so now down to the referee. Now we've established the fact that you're a very well-known wrestler indeed. We've seen you many times on the small screen, of course, and many people, grappling fans all over the country, have seen you at the halls up and down the country. But now you're turning referee. Why are you doing this?
Well, I'm looking for something that I can follow on in wrestling. Refereeing seems to be the obvious thing. Maybe later other things, I don't know. But for now, refereeing. I realise that I can't go on forever, you know, at wrestling. And I think that if I did lose the championship, that I would pack in then. I hope I don't lose it yet. But in the meantime, I'm looking for something, you know, to further my career in wrestling, because I do really love wrestling, and I'd like to keep in it as long as I could, you know.
You want to stay in it rather like a footballer perhaps would like to become a manager. Your natural follow-up is a referee.
Yes.
Now, Alan, as a referee, having been a top-class wrestler for quite a few years, you'll know every single trick in the book that's been played on you by the rule benders, and maybe on occasions you've possibly bent a few rules yourself in return. But you'll know what to look for now, won't you?
I think I should know just about everyone, yes.
I get an awful lot of letters from people beefing to me. Why don't you get a referee that knows which side the wrestlers stand so he can see what's going on? What is your answer to that?
Now this is very hard, really. You've got to remember that we've only got one pair of eyes. People at the far side of the ring from where we're stood, they can see things that I can't see. I can't see through a man. I can only guess what's going on behind. And unless I'm quick enough to get around there, I can't really see him. And I can't give a man a public warning for something that I can't see, for something that I'm only guessing that he's doing. This is just one of the things. Other things are, people don't realise that once a man is on his feet, and he's on his feet once he's left the floor, they don't realise this. I've got to let the man get in then. Now, a lot of people start shouting at me for this, but these people don't stop to think. It's really a harder job than what people realise.
A referee will never win in any sport, will they? They simply can't win. But now, when you fight, now, for instance, we've all seen, take an example, Mick McManus. He was a welterweight for a long time in your bracket. Now he's gone up to the middleweights. But when he was a welterweight, you must have fought him on many occasions.
I have fought him on many occasions, yes. I'm still wrestling McManus now.
You are. You even go, you're taking on a weight above. Now, you've seen that trick where he tries to attract the referee's attention with his right hand to the back of his opponent's trunks, while his left hand is doing the damage on the throat.
Yes.
How can you watch both? One's one side of him and one's the other.
Well, this is just a good example of what I've already been preaching. You can't watch both. You can ignore the back if you want to get round the front, but you still can't be in both places at once. The crowd will tell you where to go.
Yes, of course they will.
But of course they're not there, and as I say, we haven't got two pairs of eyes.
No, of course. Well, Alan, all we can do is to wish you the very, very best of luck, whether you continue wrestling, as you're going to do, until you're beaten or taking the championship off you, or as a referee. Thank you very much for coming along. Nice talking to you.
Thank you very much, Ken.
It's a catchweight contest of 6 5-minute rounds. 2 falls, 2 submissions, or 1 KO to decide the winner. It's my pleasure to introduce you on my right, from London, Bobby Bones. Once again, my privilege to introduce you on my left, from Bradford, the one and only Kellett. The referee, Alan Kovac of Wakefield.
Thank you, Annie Lofthouse. And this, of course, is the main bout of the evening's program. Les Kellett, from Bradford, of course, 14-2.5, against Bobby Barnes. Tag partner to Adrian Street, of course, and takes almost as long as Adrian does, folding his gown before he'll come to the ring and get the once-over from the ref. Everything's got to be dead right as he hands it back to his second. And the referee, of course, there's Kellett. There's Kellett waiting patiently with Ernie Lofthouse, the promoter, and, of course, on behalf of Norman Morell and Ted Beresford Promotions, and, of course, the MC for the evening's program. The referee, Alan Colbeck of Wakefield. And look about, well, that's a good trick. That's a neat little doll, that glove puppet, if it is one. I don't know how it's quite working, but it's cute. Never seen that before. And here we go for round 1 of a 6 5-minute round contest. 2 falls to decide. Barnes is ready. This is where Les Kellett hasn't heard the bell to start. He often doesn't hear the bell to finish, but tonight he hasn't heard the bell to start. And for the uninitiated, completely uninitiated, Les Kellett is the one in the normal, straight, plain, light red trunks. And Kellett, for once, has the weight advantage of almost a stone over Barnes. Well, 3/4 of a stone, anyway. Semi-Japanese stranglehold, Barnes. 2 falls to decide this one. Slow, deliberate, but he gets there just the same. Nice switch from Barnes. Backhammer. Again deliberate, but gets the backhammer on. The thumbs to the pressure points under the ears by Kellett. Barnes trying to counter with everything you can think of in the way of a face bar. Finally rolls back nicely and out. And the referee, Alan Colbeck, might have quite a bit of trouble with this bout, too. His troubles aren't over this evening. Well, you can tell, of course, that he's a partner of Adrian Street, the tag team. The style of getting up and the request for applause from the crowd. The famed fall backwards, smile on his face all the time, but still Barnes came on when Les Kellett gave him the count. Oh, anything could happen here tonight. The one I'm sorry for is the referee, Alan Colbeck, who's only his second bout ever on television as a referee. Full Nelson Barnes. He was watching this. Standing a bit too near Colbeck then, as Kellett gave his supreme effort to get out of the full Nelson. Half Nelson throw, Barnes. Double-handed wrist lever to Barnes. 1 minute to go. Takes the lock, the arm lock between his legs. Goes back to the lever. There it is. Working on the hand rather than the wrist now. But it was really the arm that was locked in between the legs that really mattered. Single arm stretch. It's just about 10 seconds. But the bell will interrupt this. Barnes not a happy man after that at all. Complaining to the referee, complaining to Kellett. Kellett giving an aside there to Alan Colbeck. Who can't stop laughing himself, I don't think. Round 2, 5 rounds to go, no score. Barnes, the blonde-haired wrestler from Lewisham at 13-4. Kellett from Brentford.
No. 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 No.
missed the point. Kellett just demonstrated to the referee now. And of course Kellett was on his knees, both knees, when Barnes re-attacked. But Barnes getting a little angry about this treatment. And he won't be the first man to get, first opponent of Kellett's to get angry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Barnes with his crossed hands, neck. Off the ropes and back into the same hole. But not this time. An example of Kellett's dodging. Staying down for a change. Well, no orthodox hold there yet, even by Kellett. Everybody thinks it's funny except Barnes. And it's a folding body press to Kellett. So easy, so easily done. And Barnes furious. Ernest Lofthouse, our MC, to announce it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 minutes 50 seconds of round 2, a pinfall with a leg snatch falling press, and the first fall to Les Kellett.
There he is, the quiet chat with his second. I don't expect about it was about the last fall. Probably about cattle. Because he's, of course, owns a small holding, so it may be about anything in the farm world he's talking to him about. Any second now, the bell to start the third. And Kellett's heard the bell this time. In comes Barnes, determined that that sort of thing shouldn't happen again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When Kellett stays down, that's the time for his opponent to stay miles away.
9.
Reverse side headlock, Barnes. Lovely reverse work. But Barnes, giving this due, gets up well from it. Kellett nearly tempted there, but just stopped in time. A full Japanese stranglehold now, there's Kellett. Holding it on so easily with one hand while he manipulates the locks and prepares it, the head, for a back elbow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, nice one, nice one. The backhand hold on by the foot and the opposite arm lever going in. Now, if he can turn his man back to the canvas as well. He's really caught Kellett there. And he's trying for a submission, Barnes. Well, referee Alan Colbeck right down here, as you see, asking Kellett whether he wants to submit. Kellett doesn't want to know. There's the perfect lock. Oh, he's released one arm, and he might be sorry for that. Well, I don't know whether that was the referee or Kellett from underneath, but one thing is for sure, Barnes didn't like it. Barnes complaining bitterly. I don't know quite where that came from. I think it was from Kellett underneath. Barnes trying to demonstrate where by showing the mark. So Kellett having a close look. And while we're at it, let's get into a leg lock. But Barnes didn't fall for that one. And Alan Colbeck really will have trouble here now getting Barnes off. He's got to give him a public warning when he does, surely. I don't know if you caught that or not, but there's Kellett, as he was the ringside, he just above our commentary table. He looked down and said, Kent, there's got to be an easier way to make a ring. As he was taking that pounding from Barnes. Oh, that's a long drop there, 9 feet. And there's Kellett's way of stopping going the 9 feet, head first. It's a heck of a long drop that side of the ring. Hope he doesn't try that and miss. If he does, he'll be back in the Bradford Royal Infirmary, where he's been 3 times for back injuries. Next time it could be a neck injury. Now, that's enough. I'm angry now. I hope one of those doesn't land. And so does Alan Colbeck. Just about 7 seconds to go. Round 3. Deciding to keep Alan Colbeck, the referee, between him and his opponent. Colbeck was smiling until that happened. Oh, this is the most extraordinary wrestling program this evening. What with Street Spark first and now this one. Anything can happen, we said, and I think most of it has. Round 4, 3 rounds to go, and still Les Kellett leading Bobby Barnes of Lewisham by 1 fall to 0. A folding body press in round 2, and that's Kellett flat on his face on the deck. The one who's leading. Public warning against Barnes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Barnes receives his first public warning.
A little too early then, and kept Colbeck making sure he understands that he's understand much more about that nonsense. However angry Barnes is because of Kellett's treatment. Now, that was a punch to the stomach. I think nearly everybody saw that one, except of course, yes, the referee saw it too. And Kellett, meantime, flat on his back. But coming back a little angry now with the thumbs on the pressure points. Thank you, Kellett. And the Kellett broke, of course, Barnes goes in with a forearm to the stomach. Barnes trying to pretend that was the heel of the wrist. And that certainly wasn't the heel of the wrist. A folding press now to Barnes. And he's got the equalizer in the fourth. The same folding body press that Kellett got him with in round 2, Barnes equalizes within the fourth. Ernest Lofthouse.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 1.5 minutes of round 4, a pinfall with a leg snap, folding press, and the equalizing fall to Bobby Barnes.
Bobby Barnes now happy there at getting the equalizer despite his public warning against him in that round. Kellett, on the other hand, his opponent, not looking so happy. It was only a folding press that got him. It was the treatment before that he's suffering from. But he's only got a very few seconds to go back in his corner. He can't get settled down for too long. About 5 seconds, I make it, before he's got to go. And Kellett's got to go now. And Barnes knows it and comes straight across. Tries to take him unawares. Kellett lying over the ropes now. But knowing Kellett, how much does he mean? So often we watch Les Kellett when he really is hurt. I remember a gash right across his head once. And at other times he's laying on the fact that he's hurt. And the dance is on. Kellett trying a Dave Barrie now, what he tried on the street in the earlier bout. From a newfangled tango to a kiss. And it's still 1 fall each with 2 to go, including this 5th round. Again, blind side of the ref. The referee not sure that was a punch. Because, of course, Barnes turned his back on him. And another public warning for Barnes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So the second and final public warning to Bobby Barnes of Lewisham. 1 fall each. Barnes trying a full Boston Crab now on Kellett. And of course Kellett won't be happy about being in a Boston for a long time because of his recent back injuries, as he's shouting there, my back. But he's only got to give if he's really in trouble. And Barnes releases. And Barnes thinks he's won it. Barnes thought he'd won it. But Kellett goes in and a return folding press. And Barnes will now go mad. And you can't blame him. He thought that was a tap on a submission. He released. Kellett moved in because he knew it wasn't. And Ernest Lofthouse and referee Alan Colbeck have got to separate them now. But Kellett is the winner in the 5th round by 2 to 1. Whether Barnes likes it or not. And if Ernest Lofthouse gets a chance, he will no doubt announce the result to that effect. And Kellett clear out of our side this time, but holding onto the bottom rope.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes 50 seconds in round 6. A pinfall with an excellent folding press. And the winning fall to Les Kellett.
So with a win for Les Kellett, though he doesn't look like a winner at this particular moment. Barnes is still angry, but there's nothing he can do about it. The decision has gone against him 2-1 in the 5th. Another win for the one and only Les Kellett. And with that, it's about it from Bradford. Good night to you, and see you Saturday.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is a heavyweight contest of 6 5-minute rounds. 1 fall, 1 submission, or 1 KO to decide the winner. My pleasure to introduce you on my right from Wakefield, former amateur champion, Steele. Also my pleasure to introduce you on my left from Salford Lands, we have Johnny South. Your referee for this contest, Mr. Ernest Baldwin of Wakefield.
Hello again, grapple fans, and once again we welcome you to the St. George's Hall, Bradford, for another freestyle session of freestyle wrestling. Heavyweight contest starts it off. Ray Steele at 15 stone nowadays, taking on Johnny South, exactly the same weight. Both men identical weight now. More about them as we start round 1.
Taking away round 1.
So this is a 6 5-minute round contest. 1 fall. The first fall decides the bout. Ray Steele in the dark trunks versus Johnny South. Ray Steele from Tingley, Yorkshire. Johnny South from Salford in Lancashire, actually from Broughton. Both exactly 15 stone. And the referee, Ernest Baldwin. Johnny South with those light blue trunks, and of course the tattoo marks on his arms will help identify. The last time we saw Ray Steele, he was taking very great care about this right knee of his, which is still heavily bandaged this afternoon. I don't know whether he's still worried about it. It doesn't seem to be the way he's taking those throws. We have a program of 3 heavyweight contests here this afternoon. Followed by the Steve Viedor, Bob Abbott bout, and then of course we got Count Bartelli and Johnny Czeslaw, which could be, to say the least, pretty entertaining. Bridge to South. Getting up from it successfully. Steele might have met his match here, despite his tremendous potential. He's not going to find this man, Johnny South, so easy at all. Couple of minutes left in this first round. 6 rounds, remember, 1 full to decide. Just a double-handed wrist lever, keeping South down there. Tries another bridge, but turns beautifully into it, and eventually manages to escape. Tried that to the other leg, could cause a lot of trouble to Steele. So less than a minute now. Double arm, neatly. With half a minute to go in this first round of 6, we'd nearly caught the bout over then. Steele had managed that tremendous double arm he was holding, one with his legs and one with his arm. Almost got the shoulder press from him. Double wrist lock behind the backhammer position on the bell of round 1, just a couple of seconds. Steele from Tingley, Yorkshire, 15 stone of him now. He's gone up quite a bit since we first saw him on television in June 1970 when he weighed 13 stone 8. But that's one of his ambitions, is to come up through the weights. He seems to have been doing so. He's certainly reached the heavyweight class now. Steele perhaps with more potential than most of the newcomers in the heavyweight division. The promoters tell me that they have great hopes of this guy, maybe even taking a title one day.
Taking away round 2.
Round 2, 5 rounds to go. No score, of course, because this is a one-fall bout as preliminary contest at heavyweight. Steele, Tingley, Yorkshire, Johnny South, Salford, Lancashire. A War of the Roses here for a preliminary bout. The first fall decides the contest. Headlock and strangle for Steele. So far, that right knee not worrying him at all. Well, not apparently so. But in it again, he's right in that headlock and strangle once more. Nicely out the second time, much more spectacular escape. And he's got the arm lever against the joint, held with the legs. Still Steele's left arm in trouble there. Finally out. And ropes. That was purely unintentional. Johnny South just unable to let go in that backhammer position of Steele's leg. Not intentional holding it at all. The referee knew it. And the figure 4 leg lock with the bar through to South. Still that bar through, South. And the splits counter. Must be able to get out of it now. He goes straight up for the head. So far, Ray Steele concentrating on the headlocks and his opponent concentrating on the leg locks. But generally, it's on Steele's left leg that South goes for the lock. The not bandaged one. Well, the heel of the wrist. Straight fingers the third. Oh, beauty.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Just 1 minute left to get round 2. Steele looking a wee bit angry after that. Hence the knee. And he's very angry. He does get a little bit temperamental, Ray Steele. This might be one of the occasions. Half a minute, and again the heel of the wrist. Forearm, back elbow. And the fingers very near the mouth now. I'm not sure. And the referee doesn't like it either. Again, just where those fingertips are. 8 seconds. South. First saw him also in 1970, so he's a comparative newcomer from Salford, or from Broughton actually, which I understand is very near. A couple of years amateur experience at the Barton Athletic Club near Warrington. He turned pro in 66 full-time, joined joint promotions in 69 after a year or two with the opposition. He played rugby league for Salford Juniors at one time, could have been a pro. Round 3, 4 rounds to go. No score because 1 fall decides this preliminary contest at heavyweight. Ray Steele versus Johnny South. And here at the St. George's Hall, Bradford, everybody really enjoying this preliminary bout. The first of 3 heavyweight contests this afternoon's program. Crossbody from Steele. Arm lever held with Steele's left leg there, left knee, but not against the joint as much as it could be. And your guess is as good as mine. What's happening there? It's a side headlock ground position, but South has escaped from that arm lever. Figure 4 head scissors to Johnny South. Johnny South in the lighter trunks, the long sideburns. And the tattoo marks on the forearm.
Come on,
tempted to punch then, get out of that painful toe hold he's in. And it's the headlock and strangle to South this time. Oh, beautiful leg trap. And he still got him. South really fell for that one. Nicely manipulated and going again for that. Almost a single leg Boston. Leg lock. And South would love to reach a rope here to get out of trouble, but he's right in the center of the ring. And it's a 1-fall contest. So 1 fall or 1 submission, and he's had it. And there's the single leg Boston again around the back of the neck. It's not an official Boston, but it's the same effect. Couple of minutes to go in this 3rd round, and there is the single leg Boston, a full Boston. Full Boston crab to Steele. And South towards the ropes. And it's South now getting a little angry. And it looked very like a punch, but the referee was there. A wee bit early. Taking over for the moment. Oh, yes. Timed it fairly well. South can't wait to get at it. 1 minute to go, and South really taking over this end of this 3rd round. Caught beautifully again, but he's over the top of the floating press and a beauty from the side. But he hasn't held it. No, the left shoulder blade, South's left shoulder blade clear. So near. Beautiful move. And it's half a minute to go. So nearly the winner for Steele there when his opponent's been dictating the last 2 minutes of this bout, of this round. 8 seconds. Bit after the bell there. His opponent complains to the ref, but the referee puts it down to unintentional striking as the bell goes. There he is, Ray Steele, who had his nose broken and right eye cut with 5 stitches in his 3rd professional fight. That was against Leonaris. And of course he was brought into the wrestling by the European welterweight champion Alan Colbeck, who now is turning referee slowly. We sometimes see him as a ref, but he's the man that started this fella, Ray Steele, off. On 4, 3 rounds to go. 1 fall decides this bout. Ray Steele, Johnny South. There he is, South on the canvas in the light trunks. The blonde-haired Ray Steele so far doesn't seem to have had any trouble with that right knee, which has caused him trouble in the last week or 2. Doesn't seem to be shown up so far today. check and a lady at ringside trying to help Steele get up. Taken over the top of the cross press, and South could have him here, but no, thrown off. Fairly is. Oh! South timed that well. And it's so Steele going for almost a pile driver there, but changes it to reverse double knee hold and nearly brings off the 1-4 required. But still, can't quite get it. Both men have had their chances in this bout. Neither have been able to take them right through to the count of 3. Double arm stretch now to Ray Steele. Ray Steele, who won the intermediate light heavyweight title of Great Britain as an amateur. A pretty good amateur record, considering it only lasted for 2 years. And yes, a public warning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Johnny South received his first public warning.
Public warning, Johnny South. Quite unnecessary, that. And now Steele really angry. And the uppercut's coming up. Yes, so beautiful. And the knee. Couple of minutes to go in the 4th. And South to the attack once more. That left arm of Steele underneath there, curling with the joint. No real trouble for him. Finger in a lump, South starting it. Whip, but still holding onto the hand. Doesn't release. Double-handed wrist lever now to South. South again taking over at the moment. His forearms not landing right. Steele. One of them must have his South's lips bleeding pretty badly. And some neck stretch, but not enough to try a submission count. 1 minute to go in the 4th. A drop kick now. That won't help the bleeding left. He's already bleeding. And that won't help the situation at all. Airplane spin, but he wants to go that way. The body slam to follow, maybe. There it is. The follow down. Now he's too giddy to get up, surely, and Steele must have it. Yes, he's got it. Just 4.5 minutes into round 4. Steele the winner by the 1-4 required. Ernest Lofthouse, our MC, to announce it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 4.5 minutes of the 4th round, a pinfall with an airplane spin to a body press, a fall and winning fall to Ray Steele. Once again, the claim winner, hand for the loser, Johnny South. As we play once again, the winner, Ray Steele, and the loser, Johnny South.
main bout of the afternoon's program at heavyweight. Once again, 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide this winner. Steve Viedor, Ellesmere Port, 15 stone 1. Bob Abbott, Nottingham, 15 stone 1. So no difference at all weight-wise, but there's quite a lot in the height. Of course, Steve has advantage tonight. Steve Viedor in his usual light yellow trunks. Ernest Baldwin, the ref, and here we go for round 1.
Take away round 1.
Well, there's no weight advantage, just a little height advantage, that's all to Viedor. Of course, a tremendous advantage is experience to Viedor, because his opponent, Bob Abbott, the Nottingham heavyweight, I think the first time we saw him on television was in '73. He's been a pro for a little longer than that, but Viedor, of course, a great deal longer. Half Nelson now, Abbott, as he goes for the near arm leader as well. Back hammer on from under him. And the first pinfall chance to Abbott.
Come on, Steve! Come on, leader!
Interesting to see how soon Viedor's experience will start to show. At the moment, Abbott trying to attack all the time. Full Nelson here. Nicely from Abbott, nicely over the top for a shoulder press. Viedor very surprised by that one, nearly too surprised. It almost became the first fall. The reached crotch hold, but no slam from it because the headlock was on. Side head chancery being held firm there by Viedor despite the attempts to counter it. But Bob Abbott successfully countered it. Quickly throw back hammer, which he didn't want to hold. Just goes for the shoulder press. A bit early for that. Yes, must be too early for that. So Viedor has to try something else. No point in continuing with that one. That Viedor double-handed wrist lever, perfectly placed. Try and force his man to lose balance. Still got it.
You have it. Come on, Viedor. Come on, board.
Still the wrist lever mainly Viedor going for, and that's why to follow it down with a double leg Nelson. 1 minute left in the first. Very nice. This Bob Abbott, we shall see more of him if he goes on like this in the first round. Really doing well. It's a lovely turn to it straight on, that one. He's still holding it. Half a minute he's got to make something out of this. Still got that arm, left arm of Viedor in a straight arm. The arm lock is on now. Just 5 seconds. He's left it too late this time. Well, from the letters I get, I know that many grapple fans agree with me when they say, when are we going to see Steve Viedor have another chance at Rocky Wall's British heavyweight title? Well, I too would love to see that, and I hope that if it's not at the Albert Hall or someplace, I'm afraid it probably might be, in which case we won't be televising it. But if it should be on television, that will be really what I'd like to see. He's taken him twice, lost twice, but only just the second time. And I know he, Steve Viedor himself, would love that third go.
Taking away, round 2.
Round 2, 5 to go. No score. 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide this winner. And for the uninitiated, a fall is when a man holds his opponent's shoulder blades down to the canvas for the count of 3 in the time of seconds. Steve Viedor in the light yellow trunks versus Bob Abbott from Nottingham. And Bob Abbott surely giving Steve Viedor a great deal more trouble than he anticipated. Oh, lovely whip, final whip though. Flying tackle attempt by Abbott, and he gets it, he gets off balance, but can't beat a throw him. He just throws him off on cover 2. Practically on to the referee on his goal. Missed him. Steve goes for the double arm underneath. Beautifully handled. And there's the shoulder press from the double arm and a smile on Viedor's face. As if to say, a good effort, boy, but that one got you.
Thank you, gentlemen. After 1 minute 9 seconds of the second round, a big ball with a butt drop shoulder press, and the first ball to Steve Viedor.
Well, you are watching the main bout of the afternoon's program in a Burrell and Beresford promotion here at the St. George's Hall, Bradford, and this one could be a real main bout. Although we've got 3 heavyweight contests this afternoon, this one looks as if it's going to be a humdinger. 4 rounds to go. Viedor in the light trunks, leading Bob Abbott by 1 fall to 0 at the start of the third. Over the top for a folding press behind. Gets out of it, goes for a double arm stretch. Using the head rather than the shoulders there with 1 foot. Maybe hoping in vain, I'm afraid, for a submission.
Come on, Viedor.
Will be tempted to go for those legs. Have to leave. Yes, he's gone for them, and that's exactly what Viedor wanted, and Abbott knows the mistake he made. Abbott grinning now, and both of them treating that as a good little gag there, good fun. If it keeps up like this, great. Hard-fought battle, but sporting all the way up to now. top, he can get a 2-0 win here, but thrown off on 2. Steve Viedor leading by 1-0. And almost made it 2-0 then. Just one more second with Abbott's shoulder blades on the canvas. That would have been it. I'm sure the crowd here at St. George's Hall, Bradford, would be pretty disappointed to see the end of this bout, because so early, it really has the makings of a good one. For falling for that. He left his left hand in too long. Couple of minutes to go in the third.
No. There's no chance, Bobo.
There's no real freestyle hold there from Abbott. That's how it's been all the way up to now. Will it stay just like that? Real turn back on that wrist now. Agreeing to an interlock figure. 1 minute left. Viedor switches arms quickly. Double-handed wrist lead. Goes for the arm lock. Gets it against the joint. Pressure on the elbow and the shoulder there, most of the shoulder.
Top you, Abbott.
Curious counter attempt here from Bob Abbott, but it might work. Half a minute he's got to show us it can work. No, both of them deciding that they can get no further with that move at all. Yes, neat mare from over the tide. Very neat. I rather doubt Viedor will fall for that again. Over the top for reverse double leg Nelson. He's got 3 seconds. It's the man who, from Nottingham, Bob Abbott, 15 stone 1, who was trained as an amateur 2 years at the same local club in Nottingham as Al Nicol. Very much more well-known name in the wrestling business. He turned pro in 1968, but only part-time. He's in the hosiery trade, and of course a fanatic in all sports. Soccer, had trials for Notts County at one time. On 4, 3 rounds to go. Still Viedor in the light yellow trunks, leading Abbott. 1-0. Viedor trying to make it 2-0. Very hard here. He nearly had it in the last round, and he was on his way then. Abbott great with that arm lock move, with a follow-through cross press. Will it come off? No. Viedor getting the shoulder blades off almost at will. And Abbott knows it. Flips up. caught Viedor with one of his own tricks there. Abbott really coming in now. Oh, completely mistimed that, and not a very good landing either. Abbott's in trouble, I think, from that landing. Tell whether it's the arm or the leg, but Viedor going in with the crutch hold and the slam. Surely he must. No. Maybe he was kidding us all. He was kidding Viedor too, and it worked. Excellent equalizer by Abbott. Fooled everybody at ringside here, especially Viedor, who's grinning all over his face now. He really fell for that one.
Thank you, gentlemen. After 1.5 minutes of the fourth round, a pinfall with a flying crossbody press, and the equalizing fall to Bob Abbott.
The old McManus trick tried there by Bob Abbott, fooling his opponent and me, incidentally, at ringside here, that he was in trouble from that fall the way he landed, got up quickly and unexpectedly from it, and got Viedor very easily following that move. 2 rounds to go, 1 fall each. Round 5. Viedor will have to watch that now. He's still smiling from that, the way that he fell for that trick. A little too near the ropes there. Full on grab it to Abbott. Turning it to a stranglehold from the front here. He's got a couple of neat ideas, this man, Abbott. We'll see more of him. I bet if my old friend Norman Morrell, the Olympic wrestler turned promoter, is watching this afternoon, it won't be long before we see Bob Abbott on television again. Really put up a great show against the vast experience and skill of Viedor. Too much Viedor, and he's in trouble. It could be the winner for Abbott. Doubling Nelson, but a folding press coming back from Viedor. No, too late. Had the cartwheel out of trouble himself, and another one cross press from Abbott. And Abbott really causing Viedor some trouble. He might even get the winner here. Holding a side headlock with his Viedor over the side. This time he's got room. Side cross press. Beautiful folder. Oh, that could have gone either way. Bad luck. Either of them had to lose there. It had to be Bob Abbott. Viedor the winner in round 5, just under 2 minutes gone, and his knockouts. Beautiful bout.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. After 1 minute 56 seconds of round 5, a pinfall, the rolling control press, and the winning fall to Steve Viedor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all the video, this has been a wonderful wrestling contest. We praise the winner, comfortably loser, Bob Abbott.
Johnny Czeslaw from Krakow, Poland, 15 stone, one of them, against Count Bartelli in the striped trunks on the left there, 16 stone. He's from Weston, near Crewe, but billed generally from Crewe. So this is a 6-5-minute round contest. One fall decides it. The first fall to decide. Ernest Baldwin, the ref, and the pep talk this time in front of Ernest Lofthouse, the MC, for some reason. Round 1 of 6, and remember the first fall, Count Bartelli in the striped trunks versus Johnny Czeslaw, the Polish wrestler from Krakow, Poland. Sharp pair of new wrestling boots worn by Czeslaw there, which will help us identify if we can't see the trunks at any time. Never seen him wear those before. Unlock already to Bartelli. Slowly, deliberately put on, but effective. Into a backhand. Czeslaw does a lot of escape moves and continues them just in case he's being followed. It's often worth it. Caught the arm lock again, Bartelli. Really neatly. Got Czeslaw there in that arm lock. I don't think a slap on his chest is going to worry this man. That's good. Bartelli the first to grin with admiration. Bartelli with a finger interlocked now. That could be more trouble still from Czeslaw. Yes. Well, he's got that lock on Bartelli's left leg. He's getting counted for lying too far back on the canvas. Shoulder blades were down. Legs interlocked, remember. Pretty painful this if Johnny Czeslaw pulls the full weight. A couple of minutes to go in this first round. Yes, an inside leg hang. The pole. Crossed head scissors very seldom has much effect for long against a man of Bartelli's strength. In fact, the counter comes a little too easily this time for Czeslaw's comfort. Nicely out, though. 1 minute left. Half a minute left. And Bartelli, an easy counter to that for the side headlock. Nice forward whip to Czeslaw. He likes it too. On the bell now. Count Bartelli, the Commonwealth heavyweight champion, who lost his title to Rocky Wall, the heavyweight champion of Great Britain, for a time, but was very glad to get it back. He didn't like losing that title one bit, because he went abroad to get it. Was one of the few wrestlers to go abroad, get a title, and bring it back here. But he's got it now. Karate expert as well, this man. Was undefeated as a masked wrestler for many years. Round two. No score, of course, because this heavyweight bout is a one-fall contest. Johnny Czeslaw back to canvas versus Count Bartelli, the striped trunks. And Czeslaw showing up well with his counters so far this afternoon. Bartelli chest getting redder and redder. If you have a color set, you'll notice it. Just from these slaps. Go on, try it, you say.
No, I said no.
Just from a double-handed wrist lever. Ah, very neat. Nothing that Johnny Czeslaw likes better than to perform a neat counter move. He's done it a couple of times. Bear hug, Bartelli. Very nice head mare counter. I think that word swine that Johnny Czeslaw uses so much must have been one of the first words he learned in English when he came over from Poland. He always says it with good humor, or nearly always. Again, a neat counter move. Reaching for a grapevine, gets it second time, Bartelli. Opposite arm lever, not so good. Now, trying hard to get it again. He's got it. But Czeslaw has lost the grapevine. Still in trouble from a double wrist lock, though.
No.
Lovely throw. Sense of humor showing again. He's got a great sense of humor outside the ring, too. Johnny Czeslaw. Couple of minutes left, round two. Toe hold, Czeslaw. He certainly is a strong man. Johnny Czeslaw has forced to admit on a couple of occasions
Have you said that? No. You said no? No, I said no.
1 minute. Almost completed the left.
No.
And there's the bald head of Czeslaw. One of the reasons he shaves it every day is so that it enables him to get out of a hole like this. Half a minute to go. He thinks that the shaven head gives him a greater chance to escape from headlocks. Well, maybe he's right. 10 seconds. I think he's left it too late, but it was a good move. Johnny Czeslaw, who now lives in Bristol, speaks quite a few languages, including fluent Russian. 15 stone 1 of him. He's been on quite a few tours, foreign tours, since he came to this country. He had an army session with the Polish army, and he used to play soccer for the army, but never took it up any further than that. Round 3, Johnny Czeslaw, who declined an offer to tour the United States of America a couple of years ago, a bit more, but he declined it because he meant at least 8 months away from here, and he didn't want to be forgotten in the British ranks. Perhaps he's right. So 1 fall decides this bout. Czeslaw versus Bartelli. Bartelli in the striped trunks.
Up you, Bartelli.
The face bar over the mouth. The knee stroke at the back. The left knee holding the head onto the face bar. Ah, yes. One of Czeslaw's favorite tricks, that. The hook under the bottom rope to prevent himself from going the way his opponent expects. Drop kick, yes, the right foot did land nicely. Thought he was a bit far from that. Lady egging him on, Bartelli, to go back into the fray. Another drop kick lands well, the right foot again. This time yes. No. And not a good landing on the ropes there for Czeslaw. Not at all happy about that landing, and who would be? He's 8, 9, and I'm afraid he's not going to make it. He's not going to get up again. I'm afraid this is a technical knockout here. Winner Bartelli. Unfortunate finish, just under 2 minutes into round 3. Bartelli the winner, technical knockout. Ernest Lofthouse to announce.
Thank you, gentlemen. After 1 minute 50 seconds of round 3, Johnny Czeslaw able to beat the count. A very unfortunate loser, the winner, Count Bartelli. And before you go, ladies and gentlemen, a hand for the loser, Johnny Czeslaw.
Thank you, Ernest Lofthouse, and with that win for Count Bartelli over Johnny Czeslaw, unfortunate though it was for his opponent Czeslaw, it's goodbye from all of us here at Bradford. We hope you've enjoyed this program. Have a good week. Till next week.
This is a heavyweight contest consisting of 6 5-minute rounds. 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Between on my right and in the red corner from Georgetown, Prince Kumali. His opponent on my left and in the blue corner, presented by his manager, Gorgeous George. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendo Nagasaki!
So here it is, the main bout of the afternoon. Kendo Nagasaki versus Prince Kumali. Yes, Nagasaki. Oh, George Gillette's going there with a microphone. So George Gillette's usual spiel, playing up his man. Here he manages. Kendo Nagasaki. Now let's see what ritual, what part of the ritual that Nagasaki goes through this afternoon. Will he do the sword bit? Will he throw the salts into the corners? Or will, like last time he was on television, just get ahead with round 1? These sumo Japanese style wrestling rituals are pretty long, and he doesn't always do the whole of it. In the meantime, Prince Kumali can hardly wait to get on with it. Here's the salt. And he's not going to do the sword bit. He's handed that to his second. So here we go, finally, with round 1. 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout. Gordon Kumali, Prince Kumali, a little bit anxious to get ahead with this, really coming out with full action right from the start. You better be careful with this very powerful Nagasaki, though. He's only a couple of pounds heavier, 16 stone 9 to 16 stone 7. Nearly 5 years now, Nagasaki has had this manager, George Gillette, managing him. And George has never missed a match all that time. Thinking on the lines of a headbutt already to the forehead. Nicely taken. Straightforward folding press, not quite come off. A released already. This man is on the ropes. And down on one knee, so that's angered Kumali for a start. Kumali trying to catch that head and tee it up for the butt.
It's an arm lock counter. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Head scissors complete. A couple of minutes to go in the first round of 6. Step, but his man was on the deck when he delivered it, so public warning for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nagasaki has received a public warning.
Perfectly good in-step attack, but his man was on the canvas when he delivered it, so it becomes illegal automatically. Just a minute left. Again reaching for the headbutt, and that's going to keep Nagasaki back quite a lot. Really trying to tee that Nagasaki head up for a butt, Kumali. Kumali is still thinking about the lot, and so is Nagasaki as he backs away, but it's too late in this round. So a close-up look at Prince Kumali from Guyana. He's just returned to his hometown, Georgetown, Guyana, very recently. In fact, that's why he's been off the small screens in this country for so long. He's been had quite a tour. Japan, Hong Kong, Libya, and Nigeria, as well as back home for 2 or 3 weeks in Guyana. Amateur heavyweight champion for 5 years before turning pro, this man.
Round 2.
Round 2, 5 to go. And this reigning heavyweight champion of West Africa, Prince Kumali, in Georgetown, Guyana, chasing his man, Nagasaki, all over the ring to try and land that headbutt to the forehead through the mask. Tackling his man again before he's up. In fact, he was right down the canvas then, as you saw. Now he thinks he's got a chance, and again a little bit early, but referee Max Ward allows that one. And the body over the breathing apparatus. Again, the pressure points at the side of the neck. Nagasaki going for. He's successful with this move. He's certainly keeping the head away from his own forehead, which is his main object at the moment. But not for long. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that click at home, but it was tremendously powerful ringside here. That mask definitely coming loose now as Nagasaki went for grabbing the top of it. And the follow-up for the cross press. And he's got it, the first one to Kumali in round 2. Just 2 minutes it took him.
Ladies and gentlemen, in round 2, the first fall to Prince Kumali.
And not always so terribly popular with the crowd here at Croydon, but this afternoon, very much so, simply because he's taking on Nagasaki, and they would all love to see Nagasaki defeated and unmasked once again. 4 rounds to go, any second the bell to start the third.
Second away, round 3.
He's not even in his corner, but he's got to go. Couple of vicious headbutts to the forehead, and that one hurt. Really getting the wrong end of this, and I can't find his manager Gorgeous George Gillette on the ringside, but I bet he's got an unhappy look on his face if we could. Because Kendo Nagasaki really at the wrong end of all these moves at the moment. And the flyer that maybe will get his man over. And it does. Can he hold the cross press? He can. There it is. The equalizer in the third. Just over 1 minute it took him.
An equalizing fall to Kendo Nagasaki.
So just 3 seconds over the minute. Nagasaki getting that equalizer. And Kumali. I don't know what Nagasaki is beefing about the referee then, but it's something. He's sending him back to his corner. We've got 3 rounds to go, and Nagasaki coming right across to run the bell. But a little bit too early, and on the ropes anyway. 1 fall each now. And a public warning again for Nagasaki for that. Kick, that back kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has given his second and final public warning to Nagasaki.
So the 2 public warnings against Nagasaki. Now, he must be very careful how he attacks. That was a little bit dicey too. His man wasn't really up then. Now he is. Flying tackle again. This is how he won the last fall. The equalizer. Can he get Kumali over once more? No, Kumali winning with a crotch hold and slam. Now can he follow up the cross press? Very nearly. He got a count of 2. And the crowd went mad then as they all stood up, thinking that this is the moment when Nagasaki is finally defeated on television. Kumali coming in with more butts. Oh, that was a very near thing for Nagasaki that time. A count of 2 on the winning fall, or what would have been the winning fall. Nice switch by Nagasaki. Now, can he get the flyer? Oh, the knee came up just right. That could very nasty. That right knee came up dead on the jaw, and it's count out, I'm afraid. Yes, Kumali won't get up to fight again in this bout. But perfectly legal, the actual finish, although he had 2 public warnings against him. Nagasaki the winner by a knockout in 1 minute, 45 seconds of round 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prince Kumali having failed to beat the count. The winner, Kendo Nagasaki. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that everyone here will give a very big hand for Prince Kumali. ladies and gentlemen, as he leaves the ring, Prince.
Champion Danny Collins and challenger Dick Togo is officially authorized as a British Junior Heavyweight Championship match. May 6th, 1996. Brian Dixon, All-Star Wrestling in England. Eddie Sharkey as deputy. Domo Arigato Gozaimasu.
続きまして、チャンピオンベルトの変化です。 それからディック統合選手にプロレスがあるのがエディ・シャケ選手に認定証が送られます。
Dick Togo is officially authorized as winner of the British Junior Heavyweight Championship match, which was held today, May 6, 1996. Brian Dixon, All-Star Wrestling in England, Ed Sharkey as deputy.
チャンピオンベルトが送られます。痛みに勝利したその日が送られます。クリスを送られたジュニアヘビー級選手権はタイトルと新チャンピオンディック・トーゴでございます。
Funaki、ダニー・コリンズ対グラン・ハマダ、スペル・デルフィン、スペル・アストロ、アレクサンダー・大塚、清水さん、8人タッグ、これメンバー見てどうですか、清水さん、注目の選手なんか挙げていただけますと。
そうですね、やっぱりこの海援隊の3人とですね、それからアストロですね。はい、なるほどね。
まずね、選手コールついてますけども、イギリスからね、やってきました、ダニー・コリンズ。トゴ選手、もうトゴ選手はほらもうね、6人タッグと8人タッグ、オランプレイヤーですから、ね、得意だと思いますが、もうちょっとパートナーがやっぱりね、シリュー選手いますんで、海援隊デラックス1人がいるんで、ね。あ、そうでしたっけ。失礼しました。そうでしたっけ。勉強しなさい。再現しましたよ。ということで、シリュー選手、やっぱりシリュー選手、アストロがちょっと入ってると、空中散歩盗んでやろうかなって思っちゃいます。終わっちゃったよ。いいんだ、それはっきりしてる方が。ということで、対戦地ね、対戦の4人が浜田、デルフィン、アストロ、そしてバトラーズの大塚選手です。でかいな。でかいですね。
いや、あとの2人が小さい。
いや、アストロもね、浜田選手も決して大柄じゃないんですけどね。さあ、これ先発は誰が出るかね、そしてどんな連携プレーがルチャリブレサッポが出るんでしょうかね。楽しみの8人タッグ、ゴングが鳴ります。今何がありました？
ロープから帰るときにね、大塚君がアストロが入る位置が違ったのが面白かったね。
今戻ったエプロにね、細かいですね。見ててよ。録画ボタンを押した人はですね、後で見てください。まずはグラン・ハマダと船木、4つドロップキック正面です。まあ小さな巨人と言いまして、清水さん。はい。今年の11月には群馬県で前橋で、プロレス生活デビュー25周年でしたっけ？
そうですね。
息が長いですね。
6000試合ぐらいやってるんで、6000試合記念かなんかじゃないですかね。
出ました、さすがドクトレジャー。6000試合
ぐらいやってると思いますよ。この
試合数ですね。
すごいですね。これからね、東郷選手も25周年記念するにはあと何年かかります？
なんか同じような道をたどって。
じゃあ26周年いってよ。26周年まで。
まあ負けじと頑張りたいと思いますけど。
そうですか。まあ8人タッグっていうと連携プレーとかですね、飛び技にねスポットがねいくと思うんですが、これのなんかやっぱ船木選手らしいですね。アキレス腱固めでグラン浜田の店で左足を壊しに行きますけども。清水さん、ルチャの細道96年、もうやっぱり9月ですが、青森も結構もう9月も寒かったんでしょうかね。
と思いますね。前この体育館でやった時が、ちょうどこの奥入瀬が紅葉ですごい綺麗だったんですよ。あれ10月だったと思うんですけども、やっぱり冬は早いですよね。秋もすぐ夏からすぐ秋になっちゃいますからね。
しかしリング上は強いファイトですね。シリ選手、まあ美調プレスファン関係者いろんな方が心配してるこの社長兼レスラーである上田佐介選手がね欠場してるんでね、各選手がいろいろと穴を埋めるんじゃないかというね活躍も期待されてるんですが、選手、大塚選手 フロントスプレックス、そしてジャーマンとかですね、フルネスのスプレックス、もうスプレックスマシンなんですけども、当たってみてどうでしたか？
やっぱすごい、力がすごいですよね。なんかどんな体勢からでもこう、上に持ち上げて、そのまま投げていっちゃうっていうような感じがあるんで、
力が
すごかったですね。
ということは当然、シリュウ選手が今まで戦ったタイプの選手の中ではなかなかいないタイプでしたか？そうですか。トゴ選手は今シリーズ、最終戦まで大塚選手となんか絡んだってありました？
3、4試合絡んだような記憶があるんですけどね。だから向こうもスタイルが違うじゃないですか。うちらもなんていうんですか、スタイルが違いますしね。だからお互いにだからいい勉強になったっていう感じでしたけどね。
そうですか。テオ選手、ね、今回ちょっとテオ選手入ってませんが、まあ8人タッグも次から次へとね、ほらこれに来ましたけど、ね。
これはね、パクリですね。
リーダートゴ選手なんでしょうかね、この4人の中では。
そういうことになってますね。
得意のイングリッシュでこうコミュニケーションがあったんでしょうか。
まあ得意なことになってますね。
Thank you。
トニー・コリンズっていつヒール転向したんですかね。
彼からうち組んでくれと
英語で言ってきたんですか。ああ、そうですか。前回バターナイフで刺したんですよね。
その件もあって組んでくれって。
ああ、そうですか。
ぜひ組んでくれって。
ダニー・コリンズとこの海援隊のね、すごいですけども、
道のくならではですよね。
ちょっとここでね、アレクサンダー・大塚が捕まってますが、先ほどね、連携プレーなんていうのも、やっぱりアイコンタクトがなせるわけじゃないかと思いますが、ちょっと叩き込んで、そう、ダニー・コリンズ立ちましたね。もういい、さすがリーダーですよね、タイミングがいい。
通過ですからね。
下から突き上げる、パンチから右スタンプを落としてカバーの体勢。カウント2。清水さん、今の押さえてる時もその左肘なんかをね、顔面に当ててるところがランカシャースタイルですからね。
この選手ね、84、5年に頭角を現してきて、イギリスの新人王とか、になりましてですね、ミッドヘビー級とかのチャンピオンになったり、当時から、有望視された選手ですよね。ちょっとベテランっぽくなってしまいましたけども。
グラン・ハマダ、そしてダニー・コリンズの攻防ですけども、ボディスラムカバーに入るコリンズ。カウント2です。そして清水さん、この体幹がですね、下がね、土ということで。
そうですね、なんか前はずっとここで各団体ですね、この体育館を使ってたんですけども、新しく隣に体育館ができて、なんかゲートボール状に変わっちゃうということでした。泥にしちゃったみたいですけどね。
なるほど。そして、アストロ1のね、ファンの皆さんお待たせしました DDT エルボードロップ。
この体育館でね、ちょっと逸話がありましてですね、新日本プロレスがですね、北尾浩二と一緒にやってる時ですね、この体育館に来るはずだった北尾浩二が来なくて、長州と喧嘩したという初めての体育館で、この体育館で切れてしまったということですね。
うわー、じゃあ医学的な体育館ですね。試合ですけども、羽銀の隕石団、エンプレッサーから飛来したアストロとディック統合の絡み、アストロシザーズ炸裂場外に落ちた統合にアストロ、フェイントですけども、トゴ選手、ユニバーサルからですね、日本マットも来日、初来日で数えて6年ですが、なかなかまだベテランの域に達しましたが、動きは良かったでしょうか。
動きはもう当然いいことが分かってたんですけどもね、何しろ4人タッグ、6人タッグが、4人タッグじゃないわ、8人タッグ、こういうのがやっぱ、彼も得意ですからね、だからシングルマッチよりこういう試合の方が見てて面白いと思うんですよね、お客さんもね。
メヒコでもね、強いですからね。
そうですね。
デルフィンポーズ、デルフィンと船木。デルフィンもね、サスケと組んだりですね、いろいろこの道のマットもですね、この半年間ね、皆さんオンエアできなかった分だけですね、ちょっと勢力分布が変わったんですが、それにしても、テオ選手、
今何
新しい技ですね、シリュウ選手。素晴らしい、もう一遍。 テオ選手、本当にですね、サスケ、そしてデルフィンが組んでもね、カレンダーデラックスはね、負けないよというのはね、かなりここのね、数ヶ月間だね、不安をね、認めてる部分とあると思うんですが、もう怖いもんないんじゃないですか、今。どうでしょう。
怖いもんがないんですね、真面目にね。うちの団体にはいないでしょう。
断言しましたけどね。清水さん、断言するだけの実績を残してますよね。
そうですね。
大塚がシリウジャイアントスイングから、そして小さな巨人グランハマダにタッチ。ちょっとこれねいやいやこれやっぱりシリウ選手やっぱりジャンプスイングは目もありますよね、回されるとね。数えてますいや、それはどの団体でも回して数えるでしょ。10回もいました。ああ、なんかマス越しで持ってますね。怖いですね。おお、そしてこのコバもユニバーサルのね、6年前からよ。あっちょー、いきますが、おお、ディクトが怖いとばかり。おい、フェイントから円髄。トコ選手、手が発しましたね。これは新しいのは何でしょうか。
これは昔からある円髄切りですね。
違う違う、そういう意味じゃなくて、円髄切りじゃなくて、また声を出して、つい浜田選手だからでしょうかね。
もうヘッドバット来るのがもう分かってましたからね。
下がりも絶好調のね、ディクト選手、テオ選手、シュウデン選手ね。大塚もしかしね、ヤングジェネレーションバトルでもね、検討しましたけども、東郷と大塚の絡みからここで船木にタッチです。清水さん、やっぱり6人からなりますとタッグマッチ8人10人、やっぱりちょっとこれかなり1人をね、もうポイント絞らないとなかなか勝利は難しいんじゃないですかね。
そうですね、やっぱり鉄則は1人絞っていくっていうことだと思うんですけども、それから1人で、1人を2人で攻撃するとか、あるいは3人で複数でとにかく攻撃していくっていうことがポイントだと思うんですけどね。
船木を浜田、そして大塚、ダブル腕ひしぎからデルフィンが入ってきて、足4の字フィギュアをレッグロック、そしてアストロがベラマンがね、喜んだかもしれませんが、これ東郷選手怒ってきました。リザーケンだとばかり早かったですね、東郷選手今、アシストが
見ていらなかったですね。
無駄じゃないって
冗談じゃないですよ。
冗談じゃない。ピョ選手、やっぱりリーダーがこれだけね、
頼もしいですよね。あれはうちの先輩東京ですからね。あんな。でも普段出てくんないんでしょ。出てるよ。
さすが最近ダイエットしてスリムになりました。これは逆に今度はやられたらやり返してました。マッチョポーズ、ブーイングですね。大塚を船木がロープへ振って逆指からシリウキャメルクラッチ、そして東郷が正面がテイクドロップ、顔面っていうかね、額ですね。嫌われるでしょ。
君も入ってるから。
清水さん、しかし今のカレンダーデラックスのね、時のポージングの時はなんかかなりブーイングきましたね。
あの時ね、ちょっとダニー・コリンズもなんとかしてほしかったですね。アストロでさえなんかやってたのにね。コリンズがやっぱり浮いちゃいけませんけども、試合はですね、シリウね、プランチャー見せましたが、そのアストロが入ってきた。さあ、皆さん動き注目してください。2段目からブーン、フェイント、モルタル。来ました、早い展開。来たー来ましたよちょっと。そうですよ。はい。やられましたね、左手チョップ。
これ昔自分がやってたんですけど、今となっては。
ね、これさ、ね、攻める方はいいけど、ね、やられて自分情けなくありませんけど、悲しいです。
情けないですけどね。
しかし、清水さん、このパターン懐かしいですね。もう、すごい懐かしいですね。
アストロの独壇場っていうかね、 アストロが考えたというか、トリッキーな、ね、動きなんですよね。まあその前にはね、エルライド・ハリスコのパパが、あれを考えて、まあ、それをうまくこれは本当にもう芸当っていうかね、芸ですからね。ですね。普通の人なかなか真似できないですよね。アストロはそれを忠実にね、コピーしましたね。
しかしそのアストロに対して東郷、シュー、船木、コリンズ、おっと東郷がアストロのマスクの紐を
マスター出してるから生き生きしてますね。誰か
ビッグ東郷、危ない、これはアストロの
見たくない。
これは止めてほしい。僕は個人的に止めてほしい。
国民栄誉賞を取った人に似てますよね。
ないですけどもね。シュウ選手はマスクマンのいないですからね。はい。シュウ選手結構そういうシーンありました？今まで過去にマスク取られそうになったありました？危ない。危機一髪は。
いや、なかったですね。そうですか。
逆に今度浜田がリーダーの浜田がコーナーに、そしてアストロデルフィン大塚が今度はシュリューマスクの紐を取りにかかっています。このシュウ選手危ないですね、清水さん。
そうですね。
やられてましたね。
いや、メキシコ人の紐のほどき方って速いですからね、気をつけた方がいいですよね。
ついに、おっと、これがトワイライトゾーン出ましたね。日本じゃ勝つぐらい。そうですね、これたまにあるんですが、その立てて相手が相手のマスクをかぶったんですね。これがまた似合わない両選手が、もうこの見たらこれはそうです、皆さんね、シュウ選手のマスクをかぶってしまって。
そう、裏側にかぶってんじゃないですか。
一言言ってください。バカですね。はい。いいですね。清水さん。あれ、
今絹笠？
一緒じゃないですか。見えましたね、ちょっと。
見えましたね。
シリュウの顔も見えました？
見えました。いや、アストロ選手はちょっとね、
シリュウは
1秒ぐらいね、
ゲイにモテますからね。
いや、しかしですね、戻るべきして、自分のですね、マスクがね、戻って差し合いですが、コリンズハイアングルのボディスラム、アストロに一発見舞いました。
どうしても素顔を見たいという人はメキシコシティのクワウディラテロっていうね、カフェテリア行けばね、嫌ってこと見えますけどね。
そうですね。はい。マスターやってますからね。はい。
お世話になりましたね。
アルトモルタルフェイント、そしてアームホイップ。この組み合わせもイギリスとメヒコの両選手。さあ、ここでオペレベル差、これもね、一流の技です。突進してくる。フェイントトペ。
私はレベル差でね、唇をね、歯が貫通したんですよ。どこが決めたでしょうか？アストロが来た日。
来た日ですね。
頭きた。
今はどうですか？
喉痛い。
痛いですか？かなり悔しいでしょうかね。清水さん。はい。しかしトペレベル差、これだけ空中殺法がですね、進化してて、なかなかそのマスターする選手も日本人でね、少ないんで。はい。
はい、ライガー、それからウルティモドラゴン、はい、そのぐらいがたまに使うぐらいで、はい、結構使い手は少ないですね。はい、でもあれだけ体がきれいに取れるのは、アストロと、東郷だけと。
2人だけですか？違うかな。東郷選手、ドクトル・ウチャからお褒めの言葉がぶっちょんです。はい。試合ですけども。フィッシャーマンバスター叩きつけるシリュウカバーの体勢ですが、浜田がスイッチになりましたが、やはりね、アストロクッサップはですね、やっぱり一見の価値があるなという感じもしますけども、しかし8人タッグですから、東郷選手、はい、チャンスが来るんですけど、なかなかやっぱりね、そのままいかないところが難しいところですね。
カットに入ってしますからね。だから、なかなか持っていけないですよね。
そうですね。やっぱりシリュウ選手、これ前で戦ってくると、誰からでももう取ってやるって、そんな気持ちでしたか？
そうですね。まあ、あと、東郷さんの指示に従って。
なるほど。夜アキレス腱固め、浜田を襲う東郷とシリュウですけども、これはリング上。大塚、そしてデルフィンが東郷とシリュウを そしてダブルのジャーマンスープレックス、ダブルフォールが入りました。カウント2。そしてリング内はアストロと船木、タックルからバット場外に押した船木にアストロ、フェイントからキック、そしてトーペアトミコ出ました。Vペン素晴らしい。リングでコリンズがブロッドスープレックス浜田を投げる。カウント2。急展開の8人タッグ、バックドロップ、危ない浜田。そして担ぎ上げるが、フェイントからの逆にジャンプしての独特な浜田バックドロップ。コーナーへ2段目据えて、浜田何を出すんでしょうか。なだれ式のフランケンシュタイナー、大きくを描いてコリンズ、危ない。シリューがアシストです。そして今度はデルフィンがシリューをクールボーイ、カウントはクレモツ。シリューさん、激しい攻防、目が離せませんね。
目まぐるしいですね。
はい。そしてデルフィン、パンチ一発得意のフィニッシュパターン、スイング DDT を炸裂。不安にアピールして、さあもう皆さんご存知でしょう。デルフィンクラッチと対戦でかわいいアシスト、パラヒネとです今のね。って言いましたね。可愛かったです。そしてこの主流の、うまい運動神経のね着地ですね。そしてドロップから空中サポート、トーペーゴンヒロ、これも無限です。しかしこれね、場外が土っていうのは日本人なかなかね少ないと思うんですけども、東郷が大塚を攻めようとしたが、フロントスープレックスで返す。アレキサンダー、大塚バトラッツ、ダブルアームスープレックス、人間封鎖、ハントが入る。カウント2。一瞬いったスペシャル8人タッグ。フィッシャーマンバスター、スープレックスマシンの大塚は前線検討してます。そしてバックへ回ってフルネルソンスープレックスに行こうとするが、シリューがナイスカットに入ってきた。しかし今度はシリューにもフルネルソンスープレックスを見守ろうとしているが、急所打ち。大乱戦のスペシャル8人タッグマッチです。トゴパワーボム。そしてこれはもうトゴ選手のね、ファンの皆さんご存知でしょう。トップロックからのダイビング戦闘、炸裂、カバーに入る。素晴らしい。カウント3。19分55秒。ネクト後、アレキサンダーを使わせていました。徳田さんおめでとうございます。だからちょっとフルネルソンスープレックスとかね、フィントとかいろいろありました。
普段やっぱ食らわない技ですからね、やっぱ一発一発が効きましたね。
少し自力ありますね、さすがリーダー。
まあシリューのうまいカットもあってね。
シリュー選手良かったですね。
もう全て東郷さんのリーダーのおかげですよ。
一生ついていきますか。はい。ね、次はどうでしょう、感想。
いや、やっぱりね、最後はこのね、連携攻撃になると海援隊の方がもう全然1枚も2枚も上手だなっていう感じですね。
しかし負けましたけどもね、浜田、デルフィン、アストロ、大塚も前線検討じゃないですか、皆さん。
そうですね。浜田、アストロ組っていうのは久しぶりだったっていうのもあるんですけども、大塚選手本当に頑張りますよね。はい、ステージ8人タッグ好勝負を展開しましたが、ディクト後最後大塚を抑えました。この後は CM をご覧いただきます。
今日は友達と遊びに行かへんのか？
今日は父さんと遊ぶんや。
うまいなあれ。
主人の好きなカレーがあります。大きめ野菜のハウスカリー工房。
ボール持ったかボール。君でっかいじゃがいもや。
僕の勝ちや。
父さんのがでかかったもん。
主人の好きなカレーがあります。大きめ野菜のハウスカリー工房。
デミ、この人参。
フランクリン・ミントが生命の試練を提供。アッテンボローの解説で送る BBC のネイチャービデオシリーズ全12巻。狩りのスリル、誕生の奇跡、エキサイティングな野生動物の姿。第1巻の狩りと逃走がスタート特別価格わずか950円。 第2巻以降は毎月2950円。きっとご満足いただけます。お申し込みは 0120-755-777 今すぐお電話で。
続いて UWA 世界ミドル級王座決定戦、決勝に駒を進めたのはタイガーマスクとメンズ帝王です。まずは試合前のセレモニー、清水さん、まあこの UWA 世界ミドル級王座決定リーグ戦、この両選手がですね決勝に駒を進めましたが、予想どうでした、清水さん。
予想はですね、この2人ではなくてですね、僕はアストロ対シリュウだと思ってます。
まずは
もろ外れましたね。
両選手コールです。白そしてブルーのコスチュームです。タイガーマスク右手を上げてフランスの歓声に応えていますが、テオ選手、ここに来るまででちょっと一番試金石の他の一戦なんて、他のレスラーとの一戦はどうでしたか。印象に残ってる。
まあ、主流戦、
同門対決
ですかね。
そうですか。タイガーマスクですが、ね、もう 100% 自信満々だったでしょうか、試合前は。
自信は満々だったんですけどね。はい、
UWA ミドル級王座決定戦。おっとゴングが鳴りましたが、両選手何か言い合って、おっとヘッドロック、ロープへ振る帝王、タックルぶつかり合い、2発目のリープフロック、後押しをホイップして返す、フロントキックをもらって両選手スピーディーな攻防です。うまくタイガースープ決めようとするが防いで、まあ両選手ともその清水さん、データは頭にバッチリ入ってますんで。
そうですね。
私の予想はね、やっぱりね、ここにねスタジオにですね帝王選手とシリュウ選手がいて申し訳ないですが、アストロが来るんじゃないかなと。アストロとですね、私はアストロ対帝王、もしくはアストロ対ですねシリュウになると思ったんですが、シリュウ選手決勝に駒を進めなかったシリュウ選手、やはり悔しさはいっぱいあると思いますが、振り返りましてどうですか。
最初にね、僕は2敗しちゃったんですよ。
あ、そう。
でもうダメだなって。
2敗すると痛いでしょ。やはりね、2敗するとちょっと決勝までね。そうですか。まあ当然そのカエタデラックスもね、同志ですから、当然メンテオ選手がベルトを巻くと、試合前は。
そうですね。
トゴ選手、ね、トゴ選手もルチャーには精通してますし、プロレスもね、いっぱいね、勉強してトレーニングしてますが、まあ、テオ選手は難なくひねり潰すんじゃないかなという試合前の予想はどうだったでしょうか。
僕としてはね、やっぱ同門対決で最後はシリュウとテオがね、上がってきてほしかったんですけども、結局最後はまあタイガー対テオになったんで、なんか手を出して、帝王に勝たせようかなと思ったんですけど、まあ自力で勝てるかなと思ったんですよ。
それは申し訳ない。
それがね、
リーダーはね、
コロッと負けちゃったんだね。私も。
まあでも特別というか清水さん、タイガーマスクがね、ここまで全勝でね、決勝に駒を進めたっていうのはちょっとやっぱりこれは均等光ってるんじゃないかと思うんですが、
開幕戦で開幕戦でこの公式戦で帝王に負けてますよね。それ以降はずっと全勝ですけどね。
勝利でした。清水さん、ね、ジュニアトーナメントもですね、サスケ選手ね、8冠 J グラウン、今保持してますが、この10月のですね、5日現在で、ここでまた一つですね、道のりのね、リングにですね、UWA 世界ミドルがね、まあ両選手どちら勝っても、道のりの中にベルトが一つ増えますんで、
そうですね。
それはどうでしょうか。
ベルトがあるってことはいいことだと思うんですけども、これをうまくこれからね、生かしていけるような方法をやっぱりね、権威を高めてもらうような、方へ持ってってほしいなって気がしますけどね。
カエンタイデラックスはですね、弓をですね、サスケからそしてデルフィンに引いて、もう道のプロレスをですね、乗ってる勢いなんですが、ここでやはりメンズ帝王がですね、この UWA のミドルをベルトを巻いて、やっぱりトゴ選手加速したいですね、カエンタイデラックスですね。かなりタイガーマスクもその怪我がね心配されておりますんで、ここら辺もね帝王選手も当然ね 足をね攻めに出ると思うんですけども、場外に落としてタイガーと、おートッペ
今のね、なだれ式の2位クラスターですか、あれこの間の仙台大会なんかでも出したりなんかして、相当、ダメージをね、与えてるんですけど、タイガーも考えてますね。
そうですね、
逆に切り返していくところがね。
あそこでちょっと一発食いますと、清水さん、ちょっとこれ厳しいですよね。
そうですね。あと、
あの時はパンチをね、唇にぶち込みましたね。今アストロ戦で切れたね、口をまた切ったんですよ。反則なんですよ、だからあいつは根本的に。私も悪いことやってないでしょ。
そういうわけではそうですけどね。プロレスね、カウント5まで反則が多くね、許されるっていうのもありますので、なんとも言えないですけども、ただやっぱりね、アストロ戦を見てタイガーもですね、唇を狙ったってこともね、考えられると思うんですが、清水さん、それだけ帝王選手に負けたくないというタイガーマスクの一番あるんじゃないですか。
そうですね、タイガーマスク考えてますよね。ミラクルエクスタシーでしたっけ。
怖い名前ですね、それはちょっと。
帝王の新しいね、このシリーズから出した野田落としの技ですね、からのパワーボムの合体技なんですけども、それも試合の初っ端にそれに近い技を出そうとしたところをうまくカットしましたよね。そういうところね、一度やられたこととか、ちゃんと他の試合で見てることとかね、そういうのをよく頭の中に入れて消化できてるというところはね、タイガーマスクすごいなと思いますけどね。なるほど。
そして、ブロン越しから大きなモーションにクラッシャー、左膝を壊しにいきますが、これがまた、先ほども言いましたがね、ここは体育館土なんで珍しいシーンですが、ここら辺でテオ選手、そろそろもう楽な展開に行くのはあるって感じだったでしょうか。どうでしょう。
そうですね、まず基本的に足をね揺さぶって、それで決着がつけばそれでよし、ダメならダメで、ミラクルエクスタシー、ディック・トーゴ選手が命名してくれたわけですけどね、そのミラクルエクスタシーを出せばね、間違いなく勝てるというのはね、あったんですけどね。
ですけどね、テオ選手多いから、そのレパートリーも多いし、
少しね。
リーダーがね、
僕はもう一つの名前の方を勧めたんですけどね。
ぜひファンの皆さんにお願いします。言えるでしょ。言える範囲ですね。いいわ、言わせる。
大丈夫です。
よかったよかった。
ローカルバード。違ったっけ？
いや、それも一つなんですよ。
トロピカルバードの
ウクライナメモリーってのがある。
ウクライナ。全部
あと
ですけど。
パラダイス55ってのがある。あとカンボジアエクスキューズみたいな。
言わないはいいかもしれない。
あの技は一応剣の名を持つ技なんですよね。毎回違うんですよ。名前が決まんなくて、この技初公開した時に控室入ってきたら、東郷選手がおめでとう、ミラクルエクスタシーすごかったねっていきなり言われて、
それで決まっちゃったんだ。
何ですかそれって言ったら最後の技って言われて、もう僕も知らない間にね、勝手に技が決まったんですよ、これ。
その東郷選手はセコンドついてますが、あとタイガー足殺しから逆にフィギュア4レッグロック、足には足で攻め返します。これは帝王選手も悲鳴を上げてますけどもね、クイズ策を得意とするタイガーマスク、やはり清水さん、これ短期決戦、あんまり長時間ファイトすると足がちょっと激痛に襲われるんじゃないかっていうのもあると思うんですが、
もう人体がねほとんど切れているような状態ですから、佐々木選手と同じようなもう状況ですよね。本当だったら手術をしなくてならなくて、リハビリでやっぱり1年近くかかるはずなんですけども、今佐々木選手が休んでるんで、どうしてもこれ抜けられないっていう、シリーズ抜けられないっていうことで頑張ってる、なんかきそうな感じがしますよね。
そうですか。帝王選手ね、イテオサードロック、ちょっと苦悶の表情ですが、タイが離さない。1秒でもね、自分のね攻撃を続けたいという気持ちでしょうか。満身創痍と言っていいねタイガーですけども、バックへ回ってジャーマンスープレックスホールド、カバーワントツー。帝王選手は体ね、コンディション的には悪いとこありますか？
最悪ですよ、このシリーズなんて。
でしょう。
実際問題ね、夏のシリーズが終わって、その後に扁桃腺周炎っていうのにかかっちゃって、扁桃腺のもう一ランク上らしいんですけどね。でも体重が5キロ落ちたんですよ。
これはね、違反でしたね。5キロも？
だからね、ただ僕はね、タイガーマスクみたいにあそこが痛い、ここが痛いってね、マスコミに行って同情に買うのが嫌だから、あまり言わないんだけど、 うちにも言ってたけどね。マスコミがね、取材に来なかっただけなんだけど。
あと、タイガーマスクを強引に、フロントね、正面からですね、悪いことすんな。
もう気がつかね、っていうのはね、東郷選手、大体みんな持ってますよね。持ってるよ。ない人いないでしょ。東郷選手だって今シリーズ、脇腹は骨折してる。骨折はしてないんだけど。脇腹を肉離れっぽいのをやったんですね。ぽいやつ。肉離れに近いやつ。そんな肉離れしてないんですけど。だからね、だから僕が怪我したとか言ってもね、全然信じてくんないんですよ、みんな。
いや、今の言葉で、カプセルファンも信じて
いや、本当に僕は今でも遠藤さんきついんですから。まず今でも病院行ってるんですから。
唇も唇どうですか？
唇はね、もうかなり下がりました。まだ口コリがありますけどね。
じゃあね、両国大会までに直
せればいいんです
ね。あと難しくないですけどね。
今ネックレスを持ってますね。
よく見てますね、あの子。
あれはいただけませんね。
ナイフ使った人に言われたくないな。
ここにしてラストアップで減圧するメンテオですけど、タイガーマスク、額から連結。清水さん、ちょっとこういう展開はどうですか？予想僕してなかったんですけどね。
リングの下がね、泥だらけだから、血と泥でも血も出てるんですかね、これ。
今初めてじゃないですか？流血したの。
流血。
そうでしょうね。
なんか凄惨な感じがしてきますよね。
下の土なんか怖いですよね、実際に。強風とかね。トントンだったらいいんですけど。
金がね、よくしてますからね。しかし、タイガー左のミドルフック2連発。仮面を剥がされ、アンがね、タイガーと応援をね、してますけども、腕殺し出るんでしょうか。メンテオの右腕にエルボー腕殺しです。これテイオもね、悲鳴を浴びてますけども。
絶対にあいつはシューズにね、なんかカミソリかなんか入れてるんですよ、絶対。絶対そうですって。
違うの？他の選手に聞くと？
だってね、切れたんだから。腕切れてるもの。
東郷選手どうでしょうか？
切れてますね。
それは見ればわかるんですけど、それはさっきの演技と同じで、ありがとうボケてくれて、
確かに切れてますけど。
私じゃないでしょ。怒りが欲しいったって。
彼ならありえますね。
だからね、得てしてね、リング上でね、リング上でいいこぶってるやつはね、リング降りたら切って切れるばっかなんですから。本当にマジで。
ノーコメントです、私。
他に誰のこと言ってるの？
いい試合だ。
その右腕にですね、今ちょっと。おっと？これは
あれは決まってりゃ勝ったんです。
力が入んなかったの？
左腕で。もういいです。ちょっとですね、右で比べるとね。しかし傷のね長さも気になりましたね、テオ選手今。
結構長いね。たっぷり開いちゃいましたもんね。
うわー、これもちょっと珍しいし、ね、両選手が出血してしまいました。UWS がミドル級ね、王座決定戦です。腕ひしぎ、逆十字型のタイガーマスク、右腕を壊しに、メンテを左足3本目のね、ロープですけども、ダブルブレイク。清水さん、ここまでちょっとタイガーが反撃してきて、タイガースブレックスを見舞って、カウントすると、結果12分37秒、タイガースブレックス、タイガーマスク勝利ですが、
結局ね、ミラクルエクサリティに行くところをですね、飛びつきで逆十字に行ってロープへ逃げられましたけれども、すかさずタイガースプレックスに